Now, there is another situation here of some censorship that has gone on. Now, this is the original model and the updated one. You got the panty shot, and they have been changed into bloomers. But in this case, the character is a 9-year-old, so I'm not really mad at it. Like, and yeah, I think when it comes to any type of like anime style and stuff, sometimes this kind of gets conflated with other characters when I think it's a bit different. If you have a character that is supposedly canon 15, but she looks like she's 30, then that doesn't bother me as much because it's just like, oh, they threw a number on her age when quite clearly she looks like a 30-plus-year-old woman. You know, that's a lot different. But here's a case of a 9-year-old that looks like a 9-year-old. I'm not pressed that the underwear is more covering. I mean, it's a 9-year-old character. Now, some people are, because they want everything to be perfectly accurate. But I don't know, man. Like, let me know what y'all think, but I don't know. I ain't mad at it. And I think the closest thing I can think of is, y'all know I'm like a massive Tomb Raider fan. So, classic Tomb Raider especially. So, if they were to remaster the classic Tomb Raiders, I don't want to see censorship for the most part, but I can think of one exception that I would not be mad at it. And that is a scene in Tomb Raider Chronicles where 16-year-old Lara is changing. And she's about to start changing her outfit. She raises her shirt up, and they even show, like, some slight underboob, right? In that situation, if they wanted to censor that scene, I wouldn't be mad at it because she was 16 years old. And I remember at the time, I thought it was, okay, wait a minute. Why are they doing this? That's the only thing I can think of with classic Tomb Raider where I ever had an issue with anything regarding any type of sexualization of Lara Croft. It's funny because even adult Lara, we don't see underboob or anything like that. So it's so weird that it happened with teenage Lara in that situation. So no, I wouldn't mind the censorship. But let me go ahead and apparently this is from 4chan. But they didn't censor it after all. They only censored it on the new models, not the classic models. So you still get the same thing, which I don't know. I just have mixed feelings on it. Like, I don't mind that even if they did on classic mode, just because the character is 9. But I mean, I don't find this particularly sexualized. I don't necessarily think it's in good taste to have upskirt shots of 9-year-olds, but you know, I don't know, dude. This feels a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, some people were really... That's the only tough thing, though, is it's just like, I'd prefer to... If I were a big Chronocross fan, I'd prefer classic mode over new models in general. But in this case, yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, you know. I don't know. But some of the comments, like, you do have comments saying... that, okay, well, she's 9 years old, what's the big deal? And everyone says, well, she's not real, she's not real, she's not real. And that's always the rebuttal there, is, she's not real, though, she's not real. And in cases of, this is a gray area thing when it comes to any type of lolly type stuff. If y'all don't know what lolly is, that's like anime that has characters that look like they are children. And they are sexualized. So there have been some situations. I know there is one anime. I can't remember what it's called, but it's actually about a boy. And they just throw an older age on him. They kind of do the opposite. Well, like what anime typically does is they'll say a character is like 15, guy or girl, and they'll look 30 plus. Like they look like freaking full grown men and women. And so sometimes you can develop an anime crush on a character who they throw an age on that is not appropriate for what they look like, you know? But this is kind of the opposite that I've also seen happen, to where they say, oh, okay, and this one was about a boy. I don't remember what it was called. I just kind of stumbled on it. I watched one episode and was very disturbed and didn't watch anymore. But the boy character was supposedly an adult. They threw an adult age on him, but he was drawn to look like a child. I'm telling you, he didn't even look like he was a teenager. It looked like a child. And so he had a relationship with another dude in the anime, but the other dude in the anime was like this big, brawny, manly looking guy. So it was very disturbing, I will say. And I think in situations like that, or you look at lolis, in some situations where they are drawn to look like children, that is disturbing. And I do think that's messed up. But, you know, there's some situations where people go overboard with it. Like, there's this one anime girl, I can't remember her name, but the internet does really like her. She's got, like, this short pixie haircut, and she's a short character. She's, like, 5 foot tall, but she's got, like, these massive boobs that are, like, huge. And some people hate it because they say she looks like a child. Well, in that situation, I disagree. Like, clearly, they gave her the body of a woman. She just happens to be short, and there's plenty of adult women who are 5 foot tall. So in that case, I think people are being ridiculous. The only time where I think, okay, this is kind of creepy, this is kind of disgusting, is when these characters are drawn to look like children, and they are intentionally sexualized. When they are drawn to look very much intentionally like little children. That's creepy as heck, okay? I'm sorry. I don't care if y'all call me woke for it. That is creepy. I just don't see the justification for that. But typically, I don't see that in anime or anything like that for the most part. That's more in some, you know, that's more of a niche thing that, in my opinion, some creepos are into. That's where I stand on that. But yeah, in this situation, I don't think this is the worst thing in the world. But I also wouldn't be against that.